Hey guys, I'm sitting here and my son has, one of my kids have guitar practice. So I wanted to jump on here and just fill you guys in on what's been happening this week. So, I changed my hair color, which is super fun. And I have, we have decided on a breeding plan program projects that we would like to get into. So we just started getting into ball pythons in June of last year, as most of you know, and we started acquiring pieds because we loved the pieds, and bananas because we love bananas. We had some pieds, bananas, and we ended up getting a couple clowns from a really great friend, and then we have we got a lavender because that's my husband's favorite gene. We got him from BC Balls, which is fabulous, right here locally. I wasn't really focused on what we wanted to breed. I did know though that what you breed is important. What ingredients you have for anything you're trying to create or breed or do, that the quality of what you're using, the quality of what you're putting into that project, no matter what the project is important. I have a background in aerospace. I was in the Air Force, active duty Air Force for 4 years, and I was an avionics tech on the F-15s. That means we worked on the navigation, communication, and electronic warfare systems of the jet. So attention to detail was important. Following your orders was important. Attention to detail on how you work through your worksheets to correct problems was important. So that is part of who I am. I got out of that. I went into the Air National Guard for 6 years, and I worked on the egress systems on the F-15s and A-10 jets. So that's the ejection seats and all the explosive components that go along with the ejection seats. And also then when I got out, I went into manufacturing, and I worked at a lithium ion battery manufacturing plant that built industrial strength for like power grids and huge buildings, backup battery systems. When I worked there, I got into quality control and quality assurance. So I've always had a focus on quality. So the snakes that we did acquire, although I didn't have an idea of where we were going with them, I made sure that we had purchased high quality, good representations of the genes that we had. We have some very beautiful snakes, and I knew that was going to play a key role in the future. I just didn't know precisely what the future was going to look like. And as a new ball python breeder, or anyone new to any type of anything that you're getting into, you don't know everything right off the bat. There's a huge learning curve when it comes into something new and you don't have any idea what you're doing. Or just not practically anyways. We did a ton of research. I did a ton of research. I looked into the genes. I looked into the processes and the husbandry and all of that stuff before we even got our first snake. But the practicality of it, you never really know. For new breeders that are getting in and you decide like, oh, I'm going to breed. They're like, oh, great. What project are you in? I'm like, I have no idea. There's like a million projects. So I started small. I picked 3 recessives, and here recently I had to say no to a couple snakes that I purchased because looking smartly at what we have, I didn't have the space for them. They were too beautiful, 66% het puzzles, and I probably am going to kick myself in the butt later for not getting them. However, in order to do a project really, really well, you need at least 20 animals to be able to fold in genes that work with that particular other genes that work with that particular recessive in order to build for your future. And all the genes that we have right now do work with the 3 recessives that we chose, which is pied, clown, and lavender albino. But I wasn't sure how they were going to fit. And they all work great together. All those recessives work great together. And I wasn't sure how puzzle was going to fit in and if it would even work great together. I know puzzle looks beautiful with lav, but I don't know how it looks with pied or clown. I would assume that the most powerful thing with puzzle is the patterning. And so anything that's going to change the patterning of the animal may not turn out so well. It is definitely more of a gamble. And right now we are doing our breeding operation we repurposed our dining room because we moved our dining room into our gigantic sitting room that we have, and we have 7 people in our family. So we needed a big table. That's where I do homeschool and everything. So right now the snakes are in a tiny little dining room until some of our boys move out and we have open bedrooms. But so space is limited, and we wanted to make sure that what we do well. We do very, very well. Our procedures are clean. Our snakes are healthy and happy to the most part, at least content. Happy's more of a mammal thing or a human thing, I think. But they're content. They are not snappy. I wanted to make sure that none of the other animals or things suffered. So we had to say no to the puzzle, which was hard, but I did kind of give them, I bought them already. I got them on an auction, and I'm having them sent to a friend. So they're still going to a very fantastic home. But in all of this, we have finally, I believe, landed firmly on what we're going to try to make over the next 10 years, because some breeding projects take 10 plus years to do. I'm not going to tell you what it is yet, because we just actually paid money for a formidable female that is going to be pivotal to the direction we want to take in the future with our breeding program. And she is coming tomorrow. So I am one lucky lady, and I have a fantastic husband who not only apparently ordered me flowers because he said I need to be home to get that, I also am getting a wonderful, beautiful, pivotal female tomorrow on Valentine's Day. So please stay tuned. It is going to be super awesome, and I am so excited. We're making some good moves, not just in my hair, but also in Graceful Python's future. So stay tuned so you can get a glimpse as to what that's going to look like. Thank you, and have a blessed day, and stay grateful.